G'day everyone, Rach here from Rara's Stitching Realm. Welcome to another instalment of my floss tubing. I've got a bit of a headache, so okay. First of all, hello to new subscribers. I am knocking the camera. Hello to new subscribers and a good day to those returning. I hope everyone's well and stitching better than me. But I have done okay. I've touched 4 or 5. This is where I should have been taking photos because I'm not sure if one of the things I'm going to show you I had already showed you last time. I didn't go back and look because I just remembered now I was supposed to go back and look, and I'm not going to restart. So apologies if I'll tell you when I get to it if I've already shown it to you. Anyway, a couple of things to start with. Still no stash. I'm saving my money now, I've decided. I'm actually going to a retreat here in my local city, in Christchurch. There is a Stitches retreat for New Zealanders in May. It must be 3 or 4 weeks away now, so I've actually decided to not worry about buying any. Most of the stuff I had on my mind was PDFs anyway, so they'll be there afterwards. I'm going to just hold on to my money now until the retreat and have a little spend at the retreat. The other 2 other things. The first thing being is I've made the decision to change from if you follow me along, you know I film around the 10th, the 20th and the 30th of the month. I've made this decision to change to fortnightlies on a Friday. I don't really know why this did not occur to me earlier, but a Wednesday and a Friday my mother goes to her social club. At the moment, because she has a leg in a cast, it's every other Wednesday. We have to go to the hospital on the alternate, so that day's out. But every Friday she's at her social club. It's perfect filming time because the house is quiet. She has a radio on. I don't think we need to say anymore. We don't need to air the family laundry on YouTube. Anyway, the house is quiet on a Friday, so I actually think my filming day for any of my channels is going to be a Friday, and that's going to include Flosstube. So for you guys, it's a Tuesday for me here in New Zealand. It will be about 2.5 weeks till the next Flosstube, and then it will be fortnightly thereafter. And that way also there's slightly more to see, hopefully, ish, by a couple of days. But anyway, the other thing is, if you are watchers of Brenda and the Serial Starter, Laura, you will have heard about the Blackbird Designs weekend sale. I'm going to do it, I've decided. In fact, I've just forgotten to get one thing out. Where is it? It's in here. This is my drawer of fabric. Is this it? Yes. So I have this big piece of 36 count raw linen, 27 by 36. I must have got for a sampler to do this year and then changed my mind. So I decided, excuse me turning my back, that I'm going to take part in the Blackbird Designs weekend sale, and I'm going to do something in presidential blue because I kind of miss having a presidential blue piece. So I will look through all my Blackbird options. I haven't even started to look. I've literally made the decision in the last 24 hours that I'm going to slot this in. That's another reason why fortnightly is probably a good thing, because it gives me a little bit of room to add something in and play catch up so that I've got something to show in my videos. So it's the first weekend of every month, and there is a hashtag for Instagram which I will put across the screen somewhere in my fingers. Let's see if I can edit that well. But essentially it's hashtag BBD weekend sale. And I watched their video a couple of times to make sure I've got it right. So if they change it between now and then, I apologise in advance. But if you follow Brenda or Laura on Instagram, you'll see it being talked about anyway. So I believe Brenda is saying it's loosely the first weekend of every month, and it's I would call it something, it's a relaxed thing. If you want to take part and stitch a Blackbird design piece in the first weekend of every month with other people, that's what you can do, and I've decided to do it. So I won't pick a huge piece, although there is something in mind that I would really like to do, but it is a bigger. I have to sit down with my Blackbird stuff and have a look and see. So anyway, I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about. Okay, so let me show you the things I have touched. I think I hadn't done very well the previous 10 days leading up to the last video, so I just gave Jane Marshall a little bit of love, and I was working on this row here, and I got the zigzags done on that row. I have at least taken the stuff out of the bag today. So what I've just added is the red bits in that zigzag. So that row is now finished, and I'm ready to do what comes underneath, which will be some sort of bordery thing. So that's done. Just moves everything along a little bit. Right, this is a thing I'm not sure if I showed or not. This is Mary Werrett from Modern Folk Embroidery, and I was working on the inner border there. I've got the outer border done, so I apologise if I've actually shown this. It just gets another earring. But technically I should have done this, unless I did not stitch it all, and I can't remember. I need to get better at recording in my new planners. I have now put up the haul video on Rara's Planning Realm for those that are interested in going across. I have completed the inner border now, so I'm ready to move into the innards a bit more. I really cannot think if I did it in the, you know, like technically I should have done it in the last 10 days, but it's not in my head. I do not remember doing it, so that's why I'm not sure if you've seen it or not. So I apologise in advance if I'm showing you something you've already seen. So I'll now start working on each section. So I'll just do the top section and then the word section and then come down. I'm looking forward to the trees. So we're probably, I don't know. No, I'm not even going to say it. Okay, and then the last item in my rotation, and I'm not going to change my rotation, by the way, for this Blackbird sale. I will continue to operate with my 7, except the first week of the month I will probably do a bit on the Blackbird and a bit on what it should have been that day. So anyway, back to this. Sarah Watson by A Whilst Iris Snaps. And I was up to this alphabet, the brown alphabet, by my finger. So I actually feel I did better than usual on this. Oh, don't see my back. Excuse all my hanging threads. I don't know why I do this, but I've now got into the habit of just, instead of cutting them off and sticking them back on, I tell you why I do it. Oh, you know, I don't keep my threads very tidy. That's why I do it. So I have added, at the end of the alphabet, I have added the 2 symbols on that line, and then I've done the zigzaggy berry border thing below. So that's looking good. And the lady behind Whilst Iris Snaps commented on my Instagram picture that I put up. My Instagram's just Rara's Realm. Nothing. I'm actually doing a photo a day, and it's not all cross stitch. In fact, it's probably heavily cats at the moment. Okay, speaking of cats, so this brings us to Lucy Calcutt, back to the top of the rotation. Overnight, or in the evening on Saturday night, my boy cat Billy got into some sort of traumatic strife. He came home and he wasn't his usual self, and then he spent Sunday on my bed all day, but he could weight bear, but he just wasn't moving. And we went to the vet yesterday, but that meant on Sunday I didn't do any stitching at all, because I had great plans. I literally have, this is kind of the first 3 pages of this book, and I have, where are we, that and that left to do, and I'm like, I can get those done in 3 days. I can do it. I will push myself. I'll do it and get the first 3 pages done. But because he ended up being a poorly boy, and he likes to follow me round, so I had to stay still so that he would stay still. And then we went off to the vet, and she is of the opinion, as I was, because of there just wasn't other fighting marks or anything like that, that he was glanced by a car. Luckily he's broken nothing. He's just very sore and and probably bruised, and he's on some anti-inflammatories, and he's not allowed out, which he's not happy about, but until he can jump comfortably he's not safe. So that severely limited my goal, but I've got the parrot and its tree finished, so that's completely finished. So I've literally just got the one more element to do to finish the first 3 pages, and then I'll look up in the book as to when I started this, how long has it taken me to do 3 pages. Mind you, that is the way I do my rotations though as well, to be fair. So it's looking good. I do love the colours on this. This is on light exemplar, 32 count light exemplar. I started this before I realised I could stitch on 36 count. And then the project that we are on, this is day 2 I think, is Jane Plenderleith. And I'm literally starting, I only started it possibly the last rotation, so I'm just starting on the border. And what's happened to my needle? Okay, so all I did yesterday was add more along here, not a lot. So I'm over halfway by counting the berries on here, so I will just keep working. I think today and tomorrow is my goal, is to try and get it across and down, to have the start of that border. Oh, I thought the camera wasn't recording for a minute. Okay, so yes, so we've got Jane, and then it's the red and green carnations, Sarah Casey, Jane Marshall, Sarah Watson, and somewhere in there, keep leaning, the camera's very precariously perched, somewhere in there will be a blackbird, and I don't know yet which one, but it will be in presidential blue on raw linen. That's all I know. So I think that's everything I've got to share. Short and sweet as per usual. Not a lot to waffle about. Yeah, so I will catch you. I do not have the calendar handy. No, I do not have the calendar handy, so I can't tell you exactly the date, but it will be 2 weeks from this coming Friday. It's 2.5 weeks time is when the next Flosstube will go up, and then it will be fortnightly after that. And I'll aim to get it up on that Friday, because the videos are short. It doesn't take so long. I'm finding with the Canon camera now, a video on the iPhone, I could get the video recorded like I'm doing now, uploaded and then uploaded onto the laptop and then into YouTube in an hour, the whole process, because these videos are not very long for me. It's now with this camera, because I guess the files are bigger, it's a 2 or 3 hour process depending on how long the video is and when I have to edit. So it's a whole new thinking, and that's why I'm thinking of this Friday filming. Got to stop wobbling the camera. I'm sorry. It's gonna be really wobbly, and I almost feel like I might have to re-video it. I'll see when I get it on the screen. If it's bearable, I will probably just leave it, given it's a Tuesday and I've got other things to deal with. Anyway, I'm waffling. We'll get there. Have a good stitching 2.5 weeks if you're taking part in the Blackbird sale. So it must be the end of next week, the Blackbird sale, I reckon. I will catch you on Instagram. If you're using the hashtag, I will find you, because I will follow the hashtag and look at what everyone's doing. So have a good time, stitch well, and I will catch you again in about 2.5 weeks. Alright everyone, bye for now.